Guys, welcome. Today we are going to play on the Onefinity. We're going to be using the Amana 60-degree bit, and we are going to be carving, Freddie's song. 1, 2, Freddie's coming for you. Anyways, you're probably not here for my singing. So let's get over here. Let's play on the Onefinity. Let's get this going. We are going to learn how to use the probe. So I'm going to get ready to carve this sign. It's actually 5 signs that I'm going to combine together to make one, and I'm going to connect them with chains and eye hooks. So let's get to it. I just rummaged through all of my spare wood over here and got a bunch of cutoffs. I'm going to knock them down to 14 inches long and get to work. Designing an easel, make sure that you have all your correct dimensions, your thickness, and your material type selected correctly. Another thing you want to think about is your bit size. For this one, we're going to do a 60-degree bit because we're going to want this to be V-carved and to have a nice clean line. For our cut settings, I have it as 60, plunge rate 9, depth 6.25. I can go deeper, but for this, we're just going to take it nice and slow. Each panel, there's 5 different signs. So I went in and clicked rename and named each one something that I would know which sign I'm working on. Now we're going to go through each file and we are going to export. I'm going to delete the ones I already started because I had the wrong cut settings on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So machine, general settings, download G-code. It's going to simulate all the tool paths and export it for us into our download folder. And you're going to have to do that for every single sign. So we're just going to go do that 5 times. Okay, so we have all of our G-code saved right here in our download folder, and we're just going to drag it on over to our jump drive. I'm going to eject this, and we're going to head on over to the Onefinity to insert the jump drive. Okay, so we're going to hit the home button. The machine's going to come forward, and we are going to do a bit change. But first, I'm going to go ahead and put this jump drive into the controller box. Okay, we're going to go ahead and load our first file. So our first one would be 1, 2. Select the file, hit open. And now that's loading in the G-code. All right, once that's all loaded, now we're going to want to switch our bit. Take the smaller wrench, put it around the top of the housing, and the larger one on the collet, and just turn those. Try not to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do our 60. Same move. Small one to lock it in. Tighten it by hand a bit. And then we're going to go ahead and use the larger one to tighten that up. Literally just toggling the machine backwards so we can have a little bit more space to adhere our wood down. We are going to use CNC tape. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a really strong double adhesive tape, and it's going to get this piece of wood stuck on there really nicely. Some people like to use a piece of paper, and if you can eyeball it and put it in the corner of your wood so that the tip meets the edge of the wood. If you had a larger bit, like a spiral upcut, you would want to make sure that the bit is kind of like half on, half off in the corner. All right. So now what the paper does is you'll put it under and line it up so that it's just touching the paper and the wood. And now that's perfectly centered in the corner. When you have it exactly where you want it, you're going to come on over to the controller board and press the XYZ button, and now you can see everything has been zeroed. We have our carved all loaded. We'll turn on our router bit, and then we will hit play. Alright. Color up, and go back so the bit is raised, and we're going to move it out of the way. Alright, now that we have our first carve done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw away the file. It just deletes it out of the database. Delete, selected. Okay, so that one's gone. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to load the next video. 3, 4, Freddy's coming for you. You better lock that door. Okay, this time we're going to use the probe. This means the height of the wood. We're going to put the magnet on the collet. Now we're going to click probe Z. And then you got to lift up, touch the router bit, click continue. And now your Z-axis is probed. On the screen, we're going to hit done. Okay, so the Z has given you the exact dimensions of your wood. Now we're going to go ahead and click the little button next to it, and we have zeroed the Z. Now for XY, we're going to remove the probe, and we're going to line it up in the corner. Alright, so I feel that we are right in the corner of that piece of wood. So now I'm going to confirm the Y, and I'm going to confirm the X. So we're going to come over here, confirm we have 3, 4 loaded. We're going to turn on the CNC, and we're going to hit play.
This is what we call a fail.
Let's try this again. I'm going to go ahead and hit probe Z. It's going to tell you to touch the magnet onto the collet. You want to touch the piece. You see now it turned green. You're going to hit continue. It's going to lower down. It's now probed, so we're going to pull that away. Take off our magnet. All right, we've already done our X and Y, so we're gonna go ahead now and try this again. Turn on the router. Good. There we go, we've got contact. Okay, so now we're going to delete the selected file. We're going to go on to our next file. So we did 3, 4. Let's do 5, 6. It's already selected. Hit open. Alright, we're going to grab our probe. This time we're going to take our probe, and you see how there's notches there in the wood. We're going to put them right there in the corner, nice and level, okay? We're going to now bring our bit closer to that circle. I've placed the magnet on the collet. I'm going to come over here and we're going to click probe XYZ. Alright, so it's telling you to touch the probe to the bit. Make sure you put it back. We're going to go ahead, hit continue now. I've set it to 0.75 because that's how the width of the carve is. It's now going to go ahead and tap onto the circle to probe the Z. And it always double taps. So go ahead. You're going to do the same thing on the side. 1 tap and then 2 taps. Same thing. 1.
The double tap.
And now your probe is set exactly where you want it to be. Click done. Alright, so we have our carve loaded. We just zeroed. We'll take off our magnet and our probe. Our machine on. And we're going to hit play. It's lowering. I hope you like learning about the Z probe today. I have been hesitant with using it, and I'm just getting more familiar with it now. To be honest, I was eyeballing it for years with the X-carve, and I'm just gonna really dive in deep and start to get to know this machine and learn it. And whatever I learn, I'll be sharing with you. So please follow along for my journey, subscribe below, and let's learn this together. I've been using it for about 6 months now, and I just starting to feel really comfortable with it, and I want to start sharing. I took my time, and I wanted to get to know this tool. So if you like learning with me today, join in. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to finish making this Freddy sign because, yeah, it's going to happen. So join me. Let's do this. Bye.